Hi guys, today we are going to be learning about sensory details and how we can add sensory details to our writing. So first, I want you to tell me which description do you think is more better, which actually makes you feel like you're part of the text. We have the top one that says, there was a chill in the air as Muhammad walked down the sidewalk, crunching leaves with every step. Smoke from a bonfire filled his nose as he neared the front door of the house. Or the one on the bottom that says, Muhammad walked down the sidewalk on a fall day. He smelled a bonfire as he walked up to the house. So both of these describe something, a setting in the story, but which one really activates your senses, makes you feel a certain way, or smell things even, or makes you think of a smell or how you would feel or what you could hear. I see some words in this first one, like chill in the air. I can actually feel that when I think about it. Or crunching the leaves, I can picture or kind of tell myself what that hears like, or here sounds like, sorry. And then we have smoke from the bonfire filled his nose. Can't you actually kind of smell that smell? This first one definitely gives me a lot more details that activate my senses. So what are sensory details? These are going to be any details or words that describe what is seen, heard, smelled, tasted, or felt. So we're really activating those five senses. We're thinking about what we're seeing. We're thinking about what we're hearing or feeling or smelling or tasting even. Smelling and tasting can get kind of bad sometimes depending on our setting. But these details, these sensory details just really activate our senses, okay? They bring our writing to life. So here's some examples of some sensory words. So with touch, we have bumpy, rough, smooth, sticky, gritty, slimy, fluffy, soft, powdery. We can actually picture what that feels like if we've ever felt something like that, okay? Hearing, we have tinkling, squeaky, thundering, thumping, shrill, thudding, okay? If you have like onomatopoeias like crash, buzz, bang, those are always our sensory words as well. With sight, you can describe the color like emerald, or you can think about what you see. Is it misty? Is it shiny? Is it shadowy, dim, bright, smudged, colorless, glittery, glossy? Okay. With taste, we have salty, bitter, sugary, tangy, spicy, peppery, lemony, minty, fruity, tasteless. Right. And then with smell, oh, some of these are so bad, like rotten. Ugh. Then we have perfumed, odorless, musty. Can't you just smell that right now? Stale, fragrant, woodsy, floral, fresh, or smoky. Smoky like that bonfire we talked about. These are not all of the sensory words we have. These are just some examples. But you could always add these to your writing to describe things to really activate those sensory details. So let's practice. Let's go ahead and look at this picture. Think about what you see or what you hear, what you feel, what you smell, what you taste. So for example, I know that I see vibrant colors. I see kids running. I see the waves of the ocean, right? What would be some things that you could hear here in this setting? Kids screaming, right? The ocean waves, right? We can describe these. What about how we feel? Maybe we feel sick to our stomach because we ate so much carnival food before we went on a ride, okay? Think about how you could describe that. What do you smell? Oh, goodness, you smell fried food. You smell cotton candy. You taste cotton candy. So you just really want to describe and use those sensory details, okay? Do that again for this one. Think to yourself, how could you really describe what you saw? How could you describe the woods? How could you describe the cabin? What do you hear when you're in this setting? Okay. What would you smell? I think I would probably smell a fire burning. What are some things that you could taste? Okay. Think about those words. All right, we are going to just read this, and then later on we will add a setting to this story, okay, when we were going to describe it. So here, I will go ahead and read it to you. Shreducation. Adam never learned to snowboard or ski. When he moved to a mountain town called Winter Gulch, he met a group of kids from school who went snowboarding almost every weekend. Winter sports were such a big deal that the kids had a longer school day, Mondays through Thursdays, and didn't attend on Fridays so they could go snowboarding or skiing. How hard could snowboarding really be, Adam thought. The kids from school finally asked Adam if he wanted to go with them to take a couple laps through the terrain park and stomp some big jumps. Everyone just assumed that Adam could snowboard or ski. Adam was too prideful to tell them that he couldn't. and that he had never been in the mountains until he and his family moved to Winter Gulch. Adam couldn't believe that he had just let them believe that he was a snowboarder. He agreed to meet them at the resort. When Adam arrived at the park, all the kids that had their own boards and gear, he told the kids that he needed to rent some gear for the day and made some excuse as to why he didn't have his own. He went on to say he would meet up with them later. Adam went up the ski lift and fell immediately as he unloaded. He prayed that none of the kids had seen him. He knew right away that the sport was much harder than he first thought. Adam fell on his face, he fell on his back, he fell on his side, and he almost ran into someone. He was totally OC, out of control. He lost his goggles, hat, and gloves. What a yard sale. An instructor saw Adam struggling and approached him to help. Together they got down the mountain. Adam was visibly shaken and exhausted from his first run. Just then Drake, one of the kids he was supposed to meet, rode up to him and sprayed him with snow. Drake pushed his goggles up and said, "Dude, I saw what happened. That was gnarly. Why didn't you just tell us you didn't know how to shred?" "We can help you, bro. That's what friends do." So, I want you to think about the setting of this story. When and where does this story take place? And how can we use our sensory details to describe this setting? So think about some sensory words that would really match up with this mountain or ski resort setting. We can talk about how snowy it is. We can talk about how bitter cold it is. The tip of his nose was freezing ever since he moved there. We could talk about how we smelled fire, right? There's always fires in cold areas like this to keep warm. Okay, so think about that, and you're actually going to add those details into this, okay, into a story like this today with your Show It. If you have any questions, please let me know.